Hey guys, welcome to New Life Church's Life Group Leader Training. Hey, my name is Kurt. I'm one of our staff here, and our goal is to empower and equip you to have the best life group ever. Now, life groups exist to provide three things: to give people a place to connect, to be cared for, to experience growth. And today I want to talk with you about something that covers all three of those things. We believe healthy growth in the church happens mainly through discipleship and equipping leaders. The greatest way for someone to go all in at New Life Church is to join a life group, because it is there that you will experience connection, care, and growth, and also accountability, and for people encouraging you to love and to good works. I'd like to talk to you about the 5 goals of a life group leader to have with each person within their life group. The very first thing is, I will learn everyone's testimony in my life group. When you hear from someone how God has saved them or how God has transformed their lives, you have a greater understanding of the spiritual authority, the giftings, the strengths that each person has. And that will help you so much when you help them take a next step. Also, there's parts of their story that might connect with something in your own story. And that can create a powerful connection that we've walked through similar things, or maybe we're currently walking through some of the same things. That helps us relate to one another and also to trust one another. Now, when you look throughout the Bible, God's doing great things for his people, but yet one of the things his people keep doing is they keep forgetting what God has done, which is why the prophets and the Jewish leaders of the Old Testament kept telling Israel to remember what God has done for them and remember the covenant that God has with them. When you know what God has done for a person, you can help them remember that when they have an Israel moment and when they want to forget what God has done in the past, that life circumstances and issues have caused them to forget, you can remind them of how God delivered them and how God carried them, how he set them free, and you can be there to remind them and encourage them. Guys, that's such a gift. You can also help empower them in their future ministry with what experience they've had in the past. God will often use what we've gone through to actually help someone else find freedom. This is so helpful in the instance that someone has never maybe chosen to let Christ lead their lives. Asking to know someone's story is a great way to see where they're at with Jesus and can give you indicators on how to help them in their walk with God. Maybe consider asking a simple question like this: when did you decide to follow Jesus with your life? Or when did you decide to surrender your life to Jesus? If they never have, that's a great opportunity to share the gospel with them and invite them into a life with Christ. I would also maybe encourage them to be baptized if they haven't already. Water baptism for a life group member is an incredible time for that person's life group to rally around them. Maybe they're standing around the tub and they celebrate somebody's decision as a family to declare their love and their loyalty for Jesus publicly. That's an amazing time, guys. So taking this next step with such a supportive environment, it's going to inspire boldness in that person. And for the rest of the members of the group, it's going to encourage them to take their next step in their walk with Christ. So the third aspect is that I will disciple those in my group. People join life groups for various reasons: to have more godly friends, to find community, to spend time away from bad habits, maybe to develop good habits in their lives. Maybe it's to hear teachings and just simply to grow. But Christ has called each of us to make disciples. Paul said in 1 Corinthians to follow him as he followed Christ's example. And we exist as life group leaders as an invitation for people to follow us as we follow Christ. Doesn't mean we're going to make all the perfect decisions, but it means that we're following Christ and they can follow our example. Committing to disciple someone is committing to grow and strengthen someone as they follow Christ. This means a one-on-one investment. And that brings us to point number 4. Point number 4 is that I will encourage every person in my life group to serve. Christ is our example. He modeled for us what it looks like to be a servant leader, and we are to follow his example. We truly find our purpose in loving God and loving others, and we do that when we sacrifice and serve for others. So meet with your life group members to find out their strengths, their passion, and help them get involved in some capacity in which they can use those strengths and those passions for Christ. And that brings us to point number 5, our final point. Point number 5 is this: I will help each individual in my life group accomplish a personal goal. When you help someone accomplish a personal goal, you've actually grown closer to them as a friend. A few friends I've had in my life over the years, they really helped me accomplish some professional goals that I had in my life. And I was so deeply impacted by what they did that I'll always allow those people to have a voice in my life. I feel a sense of partnership with them even still to this day, even though it happened many years ago. So You've already played the role to those in your life group as a spiritual coach, but when you help them accomplish a personal goal, it solidifies that their whole life can be lived for the Lord when done in a Christ-like manner. This gives them the muscle memory for doing things in the world for the kingdom of God. Though it might not seem blatantly spiritual, you actually help bring a kingdom purpose to what they do every day. The way you can help them is by connecting them with someone maybe who can help them in their profession, or maybe by encouraging them or helping them take a next step towards their personal goals, or by providing an acceptable amount of accountability, like, hey, I'm gonna check in with you. Did you send out any resumes this week? Or something along those lines. Or by providing a resource or something to help them in pursuit of that goal. That could be something like a book, or maybe it's a YouTube video, or maybe it's something that's gonna actually help them move forward in their life. So those 5 goals for every life group leader are this: I will learn every person's testimony in my life group. I will encourage them to be baptized if they haven't been. I will disciple them. I will encourage them to serve, and I will help each person accomplish a personal goal. Guys, I want to thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you found this video helpful, maybe check out some of our other training videos, because we want to make sure that you are supported to be the best life group leader ever. We'll see you guys next time.